Kita dengar tadi penggolongan oleh Menteri Kewangan dan selepas itu saya menemui semua ahli Parlimen Pakatan Harapan mendengar pandangan mereka. Ada kegelisahan disuarakan kerana mengapa isu pertama ialah belah bagi. Mengapa tidak ada keputusan pimpinan untuk belah bagi. Dan ini juga kebimbangan disuarakan oleh Saudara Wan Eng dan juga Saudara Sabu kepada saya, tapi saya minta mereka setuju atas dasar ini. Pertama, kita dengar penjelasan Zafrul itu tidak menjawab isu-isu pokok dalam Belanjawan, tetapi dia memberikan respon yang sedikit positif tentang kebajikan rakyat. Kita menolak Belanjawan ini pada dari segi prinsipnya, unjurannya salah, unjuran pendapatan itu tidak realistik, itu tidak dijawab. Dan bila disebutkan kelulusan projek-projek ini, termasuk sebahagian yang kita tuntut, seperti peruntukan lebih kepada Barisan Harapan, kemudahan untuk kawasan masa hadapan dan juga pasukan keselamatan, dan juga bantuan-bantuan bagi rakyat miskin, petani, nelayan dan sebagainya. Dia tidak hiraukan permintaan yang menyentuh kedudukan masyarakat bukan Melayu yang juga disuarakan dengan kuat, langsung diketepikan. Tetapi kerana keputusan-keputusan dia itu nampak memberikan sedikit respon walaupun dari segi asasnya itu kita tolak. Saya dapati agak sukar untuk kita memberikan penolakan keras pada peringkat awal, dan saya telah meminta rakan-rakan saya bersetuju dengan pandangan saya supaya untuk round pertama ini kita bagi laluan. Tetapi ini hanya pusingan pertama. Perbahasan teliti adalah peringkat jawatankuasa bermula hari Isnin. Dan kita telah mengambil keputusan untuk meminta belah bagi seandainya di beberapa kementerian berkenaan bercanggah dengan pendirian kita dalam soal pengurusan kerajaan yang baik atau governance, dan soal penyelewengan, soal seperti mana peruntukan jasa kerana dia mahu hanya kurangkan. Dan ini akan kita teruskan mulai hari Isnin. Pertimbangan kita adalah untuk memastikan projek pro rakyat di petani, nelayan, pekebun kecil, pekerja, penganggur, pekerja kilang itu ditingkatkan dan sebahagiannya diambil kira, tapi tidak menyentuh soal seperti yang disebut soal yang lebih asasi. Begitu juga tentang KWSP yang boleh berikan respon walaupun agak longgar kerana nampak menyentuh agak lebih menyeluruh, termasuk kelompok yang lebih kaya. Kemudian moratorium bank itu dia persetujui, dan tapi tanpa angka yang lebih teliti yang kita akan harapnya tahu di peringkat jawatankuasa. Jadi yang saya nak jelaskan di sini ialah pertama, kita mengambil keputusan untuk tidak berbelah bagi notis. Kita tidak mahu ganggu peringkat awal kerana beberapa kemudahan diberikan, dan untuk memberi gambaran bahawa gaji, emolumen, allowance Barisan Harapan itu tidak terganggu. Kerana ada persepsi yang agak kurang tepat di kalangan rakyat, kalau kita tolak mutlak, ia akan menyebabkan terjejas gaji penjawat awam, allowance Barisan Harapan dan kemudahan-kemudahan lain, bantuan-bantuan rakyat dan sebagainya. Jadi sekurang-kurangnya kita selesai bab itu. Minggu depan kita akan bertarung dengan lebih sengit kerana kita akan mendengar perincian. Tengku Zafrul gagal memberikan penjelasan bahawa dia umum, tetapi dari segi angka menyeluruh belanjawan tidak disentuh, seolah-olah tidak ada kesan. Ini tidak benar. Menteri Kewangan harus memberikan penjelasan kerana unjuran perbelanjaan itu tentulah tersasar. Ini pandangan kita. Ya, maknanya apa saya tekankan ya. Yang teguran kita yang asas apa? Unjuran hanya 75% yang paling tidak musyawarah. Pendapatan yang begitu tinggi, menyamai atau melebihi 2019 yang juga memang tidak dikira realistik dalam pertimbangan. Itu tidak boleh sentuh. Jadi yang kita bantah soal asas, pengurusan kerajaan, penyelewengan, peruntukan agenda politik mereka, itu semua diketepikan. Yang mereka tekankan hanya beberapa keputusan kecil tambahan yang kita tidak bantah. Ya. Jadi saya nak supaya hal ini faham, tetapi akan difahami oleh rakyat bila kita tekankan dalam peringkat jatuh kuasa memperinci satu persatu jabatan atau kementerian. Dan proses perundingan tidak berlaku. Ini dibangkitkan oleh beberapa ramai ahli parlimen. Dia sebut seolah setelah berunding. Berunding dengan siapa? Ya. Dan kalau lihat punya responnya langsung tidak respon kepada kenyataan atau ulasan pembangkang. Jadi saya tidak fikir jujur bila dia sebut berunding. Okay. Ya, komiti, kemudian third reading.
Did Zafar did have one round with all the with some of the
No, one meeting.
Only one meeting.
Yeah.
Right?
But not complete lah. It was not complete covered.
Yeah.
It just assume the budget is passed because it's
Yeah.
stage.
Ada keluaran ke?
So this is just the first round. This is just the first round.
First reading.
Second
reading. Kemudian committee stage. Kemudian third reading untuk betul-betul luluskan. Jadi masih terlalu awal untuk mereka merayakan dengan berlebihan. Ya. Padahal yang kita nak fikirkan bukan soal kemenangan politik, tapi soal kemenangan rakyat dan kebajikan rakyat.
Can you tell us in English, in a nutshell, why didn't you press for division vote for a vote count?
No, it is a very difficult decision after hearing Tunku Zafrul. He evaded the substantive fundamental issues raised on the issue of projection, growth projection of revenue. He completely ignored some substantive issues. The 6 points by PH also was largely ignored. But what he did was to announce additional grants and allowances to frontline workers and farmers, etc., and fishermen, and that complicates issue. I don't want to be seen to be ignoring the fact that the minister have taken some measures, although he have rejected the fundamental issue, but there is some of these measures which would probably be more acceptable to the rakyat. So although my colleagues, Saudara Guan Ek, Selamat Sabu, strong views on this, I appeal to them. I say, look, as opposition leader, given the task, and I think for now we should allow it to go on without stating our concern as saying tidak sokong, tetapi but to avoid this belah bagi, so that we can still continue. There's no guarantee that we're going to approve, because on Monday it will be committee stage where it will be further deliberated and debated at greater length. We will certainly choose to reject and call for division when it's deemed necessary. That is certainly our decision, and I met the entire PH 91 MPs just now, and that's certainly the feeling and the consensus that we should pursue. But that's a committee stage. But whether we could approve or not will be the final third reading, and there's nothing being indicated by us that we are not pursuing the agenda.
So the reason is not because out of respect for the national powers that you did not. No, it's not because out of respect.
The palace made some indications in that regard, but then the palace also talks about inclusivity, which did not happen. The palace talks about, of course, a budget that could deal with the issue of COVID-19, which, to our view, is completely or largely ignored, because the budget cannot be called a COVID-19 budget in terms of the allocation passed, and the fact that many other development expenditure, etc., was raised by many of our MPs. But we do, of course, take cognizance of the views, but it does not necessarily run contrary to the spirit of the message by the King.
So you took note of the improvement.
There is some other question.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
You took note of the improvement, and you said that you're allowed to go to the committee stage and come the third reading. How are you going to vote depending whether they fine-tune it and improve it further, right? You haven't decided how you...
Yeah, they have improved, but there are no figures, nothing be stated. I mean,
They have to itemize it lah.
Yeah, we have been all ex-ministers of finance. You want to go and for the response like today, the minister will be expected to at least clear this and tabulate and enumerate further the numbers, where it's going to be from, whether it's going to be increased. You just say no, nothing, no increase, nothing. How do you say no increase when you spend millions in every possible?
Because many people will be thinking that, are you guys conceding because you don't have the numbers? That's why you didn't press for it, because it wouldn't have made any difference.
No, it will make a difference. Whether you have numbers or not will be seen at the committee and at the final stage. This is just the first reading. I mean, it's the second reading, which we did state our position, but avoided this division because there will be this committee stage debate and then further deliberations on Monday. Okay?
Yeah, sorry, Dr. Sri. I mean, even during the committee stage, right, you all tried many times, many of you tried many times to bring up a lot of issues to be debated, but over and again, the speakers actually like shut you all up and said that, you know, your time limit is up. And I'm sure for the committee stage, the time limit is going to be set as well, and it's going to shorten the votes. It's going to shorten the time to debate it. And usually, committee stage debates are shorter than the policy stage debates.
I think it's the public view how the speaker reacted and responded. I mean, blatantly biased, didn't give opportunity. Even at the time when Tengku Zafar was prepared to answer, he said, "Can you summarize? Can you sum up? Can you sum up?" It's not the duty of the speaker to stop this, especially when you actually limit the debate at the committees and the general debate at the first policy stage in the first few weeks. So I think totally unacceptable. I mean, to me, it's rather unfortunate that the speaker continued to behave this manner. You should allow for some debate. He said, no, because it depends on the minister whether you should allow for a response. Fair. But even when people were, I mean, he was giving the avenue, he kept on repeating the need to summarize and limit the time. There's absolutely no reason why you should limit the time when the decision was already made that the debate can continue.
So, given that, don't you think it's going to repeat itself now?
That is inviting problems from our MPs. I don't think we will take it hands down. I want to give notice that we're not taking hands down. I want to alert the speaker, please use your responsibility and your power and ensure that there is adequate avenue for MPs to express their views.
So, but Dr. Sri, if they continue to push it how they tried to push it through the committee stage, would you eventually, after that, when the voting comes down to it, would you all actually do block voting? Yes.
The decision is for, of course, substantive. There are certain things we support, of course. Yeah, we're not going to oppose. For example, if it is a decision to help the frontliners or additional funds for COVID-19, but for some other the most popular, so-called Dasar, what he did was just to reduce. We will reduce. Reduce by what? Why do you need to reduce? Why is it a necessity at this stage when people are struggling just to live? And you want to have this political apparatus.
So all these are not addressed, and
it was addressed, but there was no response. You know, even a very fundamental economic issue of projection, growth projection, and revenue projection was not addressed. He just summarily dismissed.
So no detail will come to vote.
Yeah, that's from the committee stage.
December 15 is the date, right? December 15.
Yeah, that's a final date.
So basically, you're saying on December 15.
No. You
before
because you got every ministry
Second Monday every day.
Yeah.
I think the 15th, right?
From Monday.
It'll be another ball game, different ball game.
Another challenge for
Every day.
Philippines government.
Okay,
But in the long term,